Choose your own path. Hi, my name is James Ruddle and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to make your own path in life and to make choices in life that help you move along the journey of life to get to where you want to. So this video is for anyone searching, anyone trying to find their own way in this changing, busy, chaotic world. Soren Kierkegaard, a philosopher of the 19th century, once wrote that life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. This is a great quote because I think as I look back on my life up to today, it's all about the choices that I made in very specific times that sort of helped me to get to where I am today as a practicing professional artist and a high school art teacher. We live in the busiest time in history, with more distractions than any other generation in history, and yet nothing has really changed. I think all human beings are stressed out by the idea of what is their purpose or how they're gonna make their way in life. Whether you're graduating from high school or university or searching for a job, I think it's so important to have goals, to set goals of where you wanna be in 10, 15, and 20 years. What do you wanna do as a creative, or what do you wanna do as a professional? Aristotle teaches that each person's life has purpose, and that the function of one's life is to attain purpose. He explains that the purpose of life is earthly happiness or flourishing that can be achieved by a number of reasons and the acquisition of virtue. We're all searching for meaning, searching for purpose, searching for happiness or a future, a love, searching for a job. And I think that if we think about our lives and what we want to do, it's really important to always think about the fact that you have a choice. We have a choice in every situation, and that is whether we're happy or not, whether we're content or not. By having gratitude of what we're naturally gifted with, and also have gratitude over the things that people have given us, I think that's super important in allowing us to be happy. In all of our lives, choice is the problem. It's the answer, but it's also a problem. I think so many of us get anxious, especially today, with having so many options. Living in a free country like Canada, so many of our youth have so much freedom. And with that freedom, they have so many choices and they can't actually figure out what they want to do. And so, as I look at my younger self and I realize that really in my life I had so many choices, but I made a few choices from a young age, and I chose to live a life of action. I made the choice early on that I did not want to sit back and coast through life. I made an essential decision to make every effort to make my own path, whatever that meant. I used to be an athlete, and as a young kid, I sort of had this dream of being a professional athlete. I played water polo, which is kind of an unknown sport, but I had the aspirations of being great. I had the aspirations of being a professional athlete, and I put time and effort and training and skill development. I played between 20 and 30 hours a week throughout my whole high school career. And it wasn't until I didn't make the national team, I didn't make the team of my dreams that would help me, launch me to hopefully one day be a professional athlete. And at that moment, at 21 years old, I made a conscious choice that I would continue to try and make my own way, but I realized that it wasn't gonna be through sport. Through my whole high school career, in my adolescent years, I was really only good at sports and art. And I wasn't even really that good at art. I was mediocre at best. I got fairly good grades in art, but I didn't have a huge skill set. I chose to train to the best of my ability. I chose to learn, to read, to research about what art was. I chose to research who the greats were. I did so much research into art that I just began to immerse myself in art. As someone who's mediocre, and as someone who was not the best, I was never chosen to be in galleries. I never won awards. And so all I did was I made an effort every day to get a little bit better. And through marginal gains, through just working hard and building my skills day in, day out, I was able to get better and better. I stopped comparing myself to others and bulldozed a path for myself in the arts. At 21, I was lucky to hit the mountain, and my dreams of being a professional athlete were ended. And I realized it wasn't realistic in my sport. But I realized something new. I found my own purpose, and through the lack of choice, through not having the ability to continue as an athlete, by learning that one path was cut off, I found a new one. And I chose to make every effort to learn, to create, to focus on making my own way in the world of art. Mark Twain once wrote that the two most important days in one's life are the day when one was born and the day you find out why. And I think that's so important, and it's especially true in my life. It wasn't until I realized that I loved art, I was passionate enough that I could live the rest of my life doing it, teaching people about it, and trying to share the message and stories through art, that I realized what my purpose was. There's no right path to be a professional artist, but through marginal gains in skill development and my understanding of art and art history and other great artists, and looking and trying to copy and to innovate on my own, I knew I wasn't good enough or innovative enough to be in traditional galleries. So I made my own exhibitions. I sought out spaces and places that I could put art for free, or places that would allow me to paint legally so that I could showcase my art, so that I could get it out into the public. I chose to live in boxes. I chose to make art in public spaces that would pique people's imagination, that would get them to question what I was doing or what the artist was doing. When there is a mountain in your own life, don't be discouraged, but simply go around it, or for that matter, just move the mountain. And I've realized in a lot of my life, through making and choosing to make my own way, I have actually moved the mountain a lot of the time. Some people wonder and question, oh, how did I get a big mural? Or how did I get on TV? A lot of the times it's by asking. It's a simple ask. If people say no, that's fine, then ask someone else. Don't take no for an answer. When trying to be successful and meet your own goals, it's important to be innovative and creative around the ways that you can meet those goals. I hope to have 500 subscribers by the end of 2019. Is it realistic? Maybe not. But my goal is to actually have people watch. It seems impossible to me. I have like 300 subscribers right now. 3 weeks ago, I had 250. But Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. And I think that's so true even in the world of art. You may not think that you can do something, but through dedication, hard work, and skill development, it's amazing what you can do. So once you find your own purpose in life, don't just coast, but make choices every day that will move you one small step closer to your goal. Today, make a choice to move forward. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned next Friday for a new episode.